have a legend, a living legend, joining us.
Yeah.
And I like this young brother. He was born in Chicago, raised in Louisiana. He's been on every stage possible, has worked with all the greats,
Yeah.
including Monique, who just happened to win an Oscar. A Mexican named George Lopez. An entertainer named Cedric. And the brother who had an Afro wig collection himself, now suit collection, Steve Harvey.
There you go jabbing.
I love Steve.
There you go jabbing.
No, but this brother, I actually met him when I was working on Who's Got Jokes with Bill Bellamy.
Yeah.
And I was working in wardrobe actually with Yolanda Brady. And this brother was working and working and working. And what I did notice about him was that he was such a gentleman and so respectful and always had a smile on his face and always had some good advice. And was always concerned about you, not in the industry setting, but like really like what's going on with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Can't touch my chest like that. But he did want to know what was happening.
Shut
He's
up.
down to earth.
But he's worked with Tyler Perry and even with my brother Red Grant. And So Fresh, So Clean. Some people don't remember that.
Well, without further
But
ado,
without
get him
further
in.
ado, this is the current host of Bounce TV's Off the Chain. And he will be joining us on the Time Joyner Morning Show cruise. We are about to have a ball in about 2 weeks, brother.
Oh, that cruise is 2 weeks?
Yes, Lord.
I'm sneaking.
So without a further ado, it was a amputee who told this brother, go on and do what you supposed to do and get up out this hospital. The one and only.
Hello?
The one and only Rodney Perry. Welcome, Rodney
Rodney.
Perry, to the show.
What's up?
Man, what's up, man? We love you, dude. How are you?
Man, when I tell you that was the best introduction of all time, I was like, what you talking about?
That's great. I'm about to put all these intros together and make a reel just in my intros. Folks liking them so much.
Man, Rodney. How you been, Rodney?
I know, right? Huh?
How you been, man?
Man, real good, man. How you doing, big dog?
I'm doing good, man. It's been a while, but man,
How the game treating you, though?
man, the game treat me good, man. I'm trying to get to where you at, but it's still gonna take some time.
That's a nice suit. I'm sorry.
It's still gonna take some time. Was you just with Antoine Dotson? Was that?
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
No, yeah.
Yeah, we're running your pictures across the screen right now.
Yeah, but the thing about
I
Rodney,
did take a picture with Antoine Dodson one time. Dude, why is this dude like 6'5"?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, dude, I felt like his bitch.
we just saw him towering over you.
Oh my God.
But now I must say this though, man. Out of a lot of comedians that's accomplished in this game, Rodney Perry has been, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the realest and the best that I've met in this game, man. Extended his hand out, didn't bullshit me at all, didn't give me any
Okay.
Hollywood talk, didn't gas me up, man. Just cut and dry to
Said
the
the
point
Hollywood
and real.
talk.
No, I mean, you know how brothers do because they think you're not coming to their city or they think you're not going to be where they at. Oh, man, if you was around, we'd have put you on. And then you come and then it's like, oh, man, oh, shit, you here? Oh, shit, well,
Right.
man, I ain't got no pool. But you the headliner. I ain't got no pool.
Right. But it's your show that you promoting.
Yeah, I ain't
That's
so.
But you know what, though, man? Sometimes, and what I learned in this game is people over-exaggerate their juice.
Yeah.
And some people really don't have no juice. Like, you know, when they bragging and they think like you say, they think they're not gonna see you. They be bragging, and then you show up and you hold them to it, and then it's like, yo, now I gotta produce what I bragged about, but I really can't. You know, some people just really can't produce on that, but. You know, I try to be a man of my word. I got 6 kids, so I try not to tell my children something that I'm not going to do, and I try not to tell an adult something that I'm not going to do.
Right. The kids will
You know,
hold you
and,
to
and
it.
I know how to say no too. Sometimes you just gotta say no. No, I can't do that, dog. I can't do that.
Exactly,
No.
and I can appreciate that. You know,
Yeah.
I can appreciate that, but it's the gassing up. And actually, before I didn't even knew you were going to be on the show today. Me and a friend of mine, actually a comedy mentor of mine, was talking about you, TL Fitz.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he said, man,
Yeah.
we were just talking about how good of a brother and how real you are in the game, because there's not a lot of that in this game, man.
Yes.
Yeah, I like TL Fitz, man. You know, he's one of them cats. You know, you meet, and he's got a real unique style of comedy, man. I just always been a fan. Like I want to say, he called me a couple of months ago out of the blue, and we chopped it up for a minute. So yeah, you know, there was so many cats, dude, when I was coming up in the game that was whack to me. I just try not to be that dude.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's real. And you're leading such a good example. For us to even drive down there to the Funny Bone in Virginia Beach and to show all
Richmond.
the love. Of,
Yeah. That was Richmond.
That was
Yeah,
Richmond.
That
Yeah.
was Richmond, man. We had a
That
ball.
yeah, that was amazing. And then to meet your brother Ryan Evans and just to see like where his career has gone even within the past year,
Yeah.
like it's just so amazing. And he's a good brother too.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh
Definitely.
yeah,
And
we
funny.
we got a good mommy. You know, our mom, you know, is not a game, and she gave us a good foundation. You know, life is all about your foundation. You know, and then if you build on a solid foundation, you can you can have a solid existence, if that make any sense. But yeah, man, I'm real proud of my brother though, man. A lot of people don't know because we got different last names, because we got different daddies, same mama, different daddy, same house.
like most black
know.
families.
Exactly. But that's my brother, though. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
and it's just great to watch him grow in this game. We had a conversation last night, you know, and he's trying to make that transition from feature to headliner.
Hello.
And you know, it's like, you know, it's really tough, man. I tell people this: anybody less famous than Rodney Perry, it's hard out there.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, because it's hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm on television. I've been on TV nonstop
Right.
for the last
20 years.
10 years,
Mm-hmm. Easily.
nonstop. I mean, like TV, like Who Got Jokes, Monique Show,
Ricky Smiley
now I
Show.
got the show about it. I mean, I've been on TV nonstop for 10 years,
Dazed
and
and After
I
Dark.
still introduce myself to people.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got a question for you, Mr. Perry. Do
Go
you
ahead.
think the opportunities for black comics are limited as opposed to the opportunities for white comics?
I don't think they're limited, but they are different.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think black comics probably make more money, you know,
Really?
per show.
Okay.
I think black comedians make more money per show
Right.
on the level under the superstar level.
Okay.
Because at a certain level, it all evens out.
Right.
Okay. But, you know, under the superstar level, you know, a la people like Earthquake, people like, you know, some more, people like
Okay.
that,
Right.
you know, they make great money,
Right.
you know, but when you start going down and you get to that mid-range level,
Mm-hmm.
then it's very difficult in the mid to lower range level because they get more opportunities to work.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it's cultural,
Right.
you know, and there's still a conventional wisdom that there's more, you know, whites in this country.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't necessarily believe it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna tell you why.
Break it down.
And this is, you got to know me. I'm a conspiracy theorist, and you
Yeah,
know,
low.
That's why I love
I'm a-
talking to you.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's do it now.
I'm not a white is right dude, you
Mhm.
know. So this is what I'm saying. When you start looking at our Caucasian counterparts,
Right.
the white person tends to walk under the collective white all the time,
Okay.
regardless of his ethnicity. So whether he's Jewish, or Irish or Italian, they will walk under the collective whites as they see fit. And then they might separate into factions with each other, but they'll always stay under the caucus umbrella. Black people or people of color rarely walk under the collective black. Like, we're always in the business of separating. So whether you're separating based on geography, north, south, east, and west, whether you're separating based on your language, you know, our Puerto Rican brothers are largely black.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they don't identify black. You know, a large part of the Latin community is black,
Right.
but they don't identify black. So imagine this. If everybody of color will walk under the collective black, we are then no longer a minority.
Hey, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That's real.
That was real.
That is super real.
That was
You
real.
feel me?
No, I
So,
don't think they get it. I get it.
But the odds of that happening, you know, I mean, even on the level, like, I was doing this joke recently, you know, I said, I love the Mexican community because they have language. You know what I mean? You know, I just watched 12 Years a Slave, so forgive me if I'm on this soapbox. But when you look at our roots that come from that slave culture, they stripped us of a few things, and one of those things is language. You know, the Mexicans have language. A Mexican can be in the United States for 50 years and still exclusively watch Latin programming, exclusively speak their language. They can always act like they don't know what's going on. I say, I don't know. I don't.
Okay.
Like, man, come on, dude. You've been here 20 years.
Okay.
Still ain't got the language.
No, you're right. They know what's happening.
Okay. That
Can you
is super
imagine
real.
if we had a language? If you got pulled over and then pulled, hey, buddy, can you get out glasses registry? Hey, what are
Hey,
God
go
dang it,
ahead.
move Bluetooth, get out of here. You got it. Okay.
Hey,
Now that'll be tight though.
you stupid. Oh man.
If you had language,
Right.
you know, and then this how we are though. Every time, because we're creative, black people. Every 5 years we create a new language.
Right.
You know, we both shizzle, but every time we create something new, we teach them.
Yeah.
Yep, that's true. And I was watching The View like a couple of weeks ago, and they had a segment where they were talking about how basically white folks tune into black Twitter and to see like what we're doing, and then that's what's going to end up trending next.
Black people are we're the barometer for cool. You know.
Yeah.
And don't let them see. They'll try to tell you that, you know, you're African American. Your material is not gonna play in Middle America. That's not true. Let me tell you about white people. White people buy their black people undeniably black.
Yes.
Okay. You very seldom see. It's very difficult for our light-skinned brothers and sisters because
Talk about that real
that-
quick,
that
my
are
brother, because I'm Filipino and they be
actors and
thinking I'm light
actresses.
skinned.
Say again.
No, I said, please talk about that because I'm Filipino and people be looking at me like I'm light skinned all the time.
Yeah, but you know, this is the thing. The people that are in Hollywood that make the decisions, when they pick somebody black, they be black.
Yeah.
Undeniably black. Like you
black
can't
up.
name one who. Terrence Howard is the closest we got to a light skinned star.
Yeah. It's true.
That's
And
funny.
he's just good. If he wasn't that good, and he got like a dark skinned aura.
Yeah, he do. Yeah, he do. He a light skinned thug
That
too.
man said he got a dark skin aura.
Yeah.
That was funny.
That's real. Everybody know
You
he a
know-
nigga in real life.
That's real though. That's real though, Mr. Perry.
It's
I
real,
can appreciate
Look,
that.
we only trip off light skin and dark skin inside our own community.
Right.
But when white people start looking for black people, they be looking for black people, like for real. Like that's why it's like I mean we've all seen those comedians that play the quote unquote mainstream, which I hate that word, but we've seen the comedians that play the mainstream rooms, and he's like, hey guys, did you hear about? There's not one of them that's successful.
Right. That's real.
Not one. Some people say, what about Wayne Brady? Wayne Brady is a El Negro. Believe that.
Okay.
I
People be
and
sleeping.
he's not a stand-up. He's not a stand-up either, which is another animal. He's an improv guy.
Yeah.
Right.
But I challenge anybody, find me a black comic that's like kind of mainstreamish, and I'll show you a guy that's about to cut his doggone throat.
Damn.
How do you feel about How do you feel about Kevin Hart and his success right now?
I mean, I'm super happy for Kevin, man. I've had a chance to watch two of my peers blow up. Like that. Cat and I started off together. I should take my VCR to his house, and we would plug them together to make tapes to try to get booked.
Damn.
So to see Cat blow up, and then to see Kevin, I mean, if we had this conversation last year, there was a thinking that Kevin had achieved all he was going to achieve. And then you fast forward a year later, and he do $100 million at the box office.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. That's what's up.
But there's two ways to look at that if you're a comic.
Okay, wait, real
You
quick.
can look at
Wait,
that-
Rodney, before
Go
you
ahead.
say that, Brandon T. Jackson said they only allow one black guy at a time in the comedy game to do what Kevin's doing.
Don't listen to Brandon T. Jackson. Okay? Brandon is a maniac. All right, let me
Call him a maniac.
He is, though. Brandon is crazy. Go ahead.
I'm a maniac.
Go ahead.
No. All jokes aside, I love Brandon T. Jackson,
And we do too, but we know.
when you buy, and he probably believes that.
Yeah, he does. And he
And
wants
that's-
to be Kevin at the same time. That's the funny
That's
part.
one of our problems.
Right.
If you believe that only one of us can exist at the same time, you're already defeated.
That's some real stuff.
Yeah.
You are as you think.
You are as you think.
Have mercy.
They would love for you to believe only one of us can exist at the top at any moment. When I look at the top is not a point with one guy sitting at it. The top is a plateau.
Okay.
So Chris Rock is at the top.
Right.
Bill Cosby at the top.
Right.
Eddie Murphy at the top.
That's
right.
And if you continue, someday one of them will reach down and give you a hand up to step on that plateau.
Right.
Yeah,
But
man.
there are
Uncle Bill.
there are many plateaus as you travel this career.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, when the day is done, you will have reached that plateau. Like these young comics want to compete with Eddie Murphy. You can't compete with a guy's legacy. Even Cat wants to compete with Eddie Murphy. Kevin wants to compete with Eddie Murphy, but this guy has legacy. Now,
Right.
what Kevin is approaching with this film, this box office, kind of puts him in the conversation. But
Yeah.
it's just like LeBron and Michael Jordan. Certain conversations you just can't have.
Okay.
Like LeBron
For
is a
real.
beast,
That's
but
real.
Michael Jordan has legacy. This dude still sells shoes.
Okay.
Yeah.
He just made $93 million in the past year. He was on the Forbes list.
Niggas like me. Hey, I be getting my J's. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like I've been brainwashed.
You have been, but it's
That's
okay,
why I don't
man.
have
Right.
any.
I do.
Young people don't respect legacy, man, and
Right.
I do, man. I'm a huge fan. I mean, I love comedy, so I really studied this, and I watch the trends, and I mean, my big goal at the end of the day, when they show some dirt in Rodney Perry's face, when they start talking about the best people that ever done it, I
Right.
just want to be in the conversation.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Holla.
Yeah.
That's real.
I heard that.
Shoot. And you will be. Speaking of legacy, how do you think one creates their legacy and their stamp in the industry?
That's a good question.
How does one create their legacy? You just live. your legacy. I had this conversation with my mom. Me and my mom talk politics all the time, and you know, we were talking about Barack Obama and all of the adversity he's faced. I said, Mom, what you don't have to worry about is history, because the history books will tell the tale. So you don't create your legacy. All you do is live. And you let the history books talk about your legacy. You know, so hopefully you do enough to make you blip in the book. You know, because at the end of the day, in 20 years, when everybody in the world is on universal health care, this will be nobody will even remember that people was against it.
That's true.
That is true.
When people are not afraid to get sick.
Shit.
Dude, I'm a perfect example. I'm a comedian. I live, most of my career I've lived without health care. My health care was, please don't get sick, dog.
Right.
Please don't.
That's still a lot of our shit.
That's
my-
real.
that's my
That's
shit
why,
right
like yesterday, I felt a bug coming on. I felt it in my throat, and then I took some cod liver oil, and then I mentioned it to one of my friends. And he was like, cod liver oil, what is that? I was like, oh, you must have not grew up in the 70s and 80s.
Oh, yeah, you got health care. Yeah, you don't even know about that.
Right.
Well, hey, people don't know a lot of shit, man. You know, they grew up privileged, and kids are spoiled nowadays, man.
Yes, kids
Health
are
care. I
spoiled.
wish I did grow up with health care.
Yes. Hey, what is the main thing that you teach your 6 children?
Strap
what
it
do
up.
I teach my 6
Strap
children?
it
Well,
up.
my kids are so different, man. My oldest daughter is 25.
Okay, wait, hold on. Before you go there, let me just add that he was a teen parent, and look at him now, people. So it is possible.
Let's qualify that. I was 19 and I was out of high school.
Okay,
So,
true.
I wasn't like a 13-year-old parent. You know what I mean? You know, I was 19 and I had already graduated, but you know, I do embrace it, and I like being a young dad. Even though this 4-year gonna make me an old dad, I kind of like, I bought my oldest daughter her first shot of Patron.
What?
My son will be 21 in a couple of days. Me and him gonna go, and I'm gonna buy him his first shot.
Yeah.
So, his first legal shot.
Yeah, I'm about to say he done already dibbed and dabbed.
I got a question for you, brother. At 19, bringing a child into this world, how do you then manage to take your career to the level that you've reached, while still, being a father? That's crazy, man, that you was able to do that.
Man, it's because of them, to be honest. Because when you navigating this as a single man, there's a lot of pitfalls. I mean, there's women, there's alcohol, there's drugs.
Yeah.
Like, because I had people relying on me, and I had my dream. I was committed to my dream, but I had to approach my dream a certain way that maybe some of my peers didn't, because I had a wife and children.
Right. Responsibility.
But you did not. Yeah, I'm about to say you did it the right way though. You had a wife and children. You understand? You wasn't just out here just.
Well, hold on. Let me stop y'all. I didn't get my wife till I was 2 kids in.
Okay.
Hey, you gotta make sure. You gotta be sure.
I had I had an older son, older daughter. I got baby mamas. I mean, Rodney Perry is not perfect. Okay.
Nobody is.
And when I start talking about myself in the third person, that's what I want you to know.
That nigga ain't perfect.
But at the end of the day, I had some tough lessons. I remember like early on in my marriage, right? We used to go. I was in the Bay Area, and we used to play the punchline, right? And so every Sunday night after the show, they would open the bar, and so you would, the bar, you would drink. You would talk comedy, blah, blah, come home toe up, right? And my wife was like, why are you coming home drunk? I was like, no, baby, you just shut up. I'm still taking care of business.
Right.
So let me ask you a question. How are you taking care of business if you're drunk? And I was like, wow. and that was a wake up call. And like to this day, you'll rarely see me drunk.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, how can you take it if your mind ain't sharp?
Yeah, that's real.
Like I don't know how people perform high. I mean, I really don't. I mean, the one time, and I don't even indulge in marijuana, but the one time I did, I walked on stage and I blank out, and the next thing I remember was saying thank you, good night.
My goodness.
Oh my God.
And people was like, you were brilliant. I have no memory of it.
Oh no.
That's crazy.
What was you smoking?
Yeah, that was some good weed. That's some real good weed.
What strand was that?
He was in Oakland.
Right. The Bay. Well, Rodney. It's so much more we can say and talk about. We are running out of time. I know I'm going to see you on the 15th. Do you have anything else that is coming up before that you want to mention?
Oh, I got to mention my show, Out the Chain. It's on Bounce TV.
Hello.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure we're in your area.
Yeah.
It's been going great. The season is great, and the look of the show is like 100 times better than the first season.
Oh wow!
So I'm super excited about it. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'm at Rodney Perry Live. I'm on Vine now. I'm doing Vine.
Oh,
So
snap.
I'm on Vine. I'm on Twitter. It's at Rodney Perry. And, you know, I'm just building a brand, man. So what I realized is this, and I'm going to get this to my fellow comedians on the panel as well, is that black people, when y'all see something bad, you will tell 50 people. But when you see something good, you don't tell anybody.
Talk about it.
All I want you to do is tell one person about me. That's it.
Wow. I love it.
That's right. Mission accomplished, bro. I just said some good stuff about you.
Well, let me be the one right now. This is my brother, Rodney Perry, that is tuning in live with us right now on the Cristina Payne Show. This is WLVS Radio. ListenVisionLive.com. We are in 132 countries worldwide, all over this joint, from Africa to the Philippines to Japan and back again, okay? I just want to say thank you for letting God use you and just being the man that you were meant to be. Because when you walk in your purpose, other people will find theirs. So thank you, sir, for being what you are supposed to be.
Yeah. Hey, thank you, Cristina. I appreciate you. Thank your team. And all y'all ladies, listen, I know I sound like a goody two-shoes, but don't try me.
When is your clothing line coming out though? For real.
You know what? I am working on a line of hankies and bow ties
and hats.
And ties. So
hats.
You know,
Any hats?
I wanna kind of work my way into fashion that way. But yeah, it's and I gotta lose some weight. I'm too big to be talking about some clothes. Right?
Hey, get into selling cigars, man.
Uh-oh.
You know what? I'm actually really looking hard at getting in the cigar business because that's become like one of my new passions. I really love the cigar game.
Indeed.
Well, that's what's up. Well, you can reach Rodney at rodneyperry.com. You can also hit him on Instagram, Rodney Perry Live. And this is a good brother. So
man, you're a real good brother.
Stay tuned to him and follow him and get to know him and book him and throw in an extra 1,000 so he can give me that 10%. And
I got you.
And we will talk to you soon. I'm gonna see you in a couple weeks.
All right, love. Be good. Hey, y'all have a great rest of the day.
All right, thank you, Rodney.
See you soon.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Good stuff.